Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I bid you welcome from wherever you're watching or listening. Welcome to the Nerdivergent channel. I am your host, Nerdivergent. Today, we'll be taking a look at the movie Adventures in Dinosaur City from 1991, which has one of the wackiest release schedules I have ever seen for a movie. It first released in the UK direct to video in October of 1991. It then hit the French theaters in February of 1992. It then premiered on the Disney Channel in the USA in April 1992, then with an August 1992 VHS release. To be honest, this is how I first saw it. I love the movie. I think it's a classic. The jokes are great. The puppets are great. The animation and it all comes together in a really funny and wacky movie, which I really appreciate. And I don't know if it has ever worked for a movie to first go to VHS, then go to theaters, and make the movie be desired to want to be picked up. I know it wasn't a worldwide release, it was just in France, but if you do know of a video that has done this and has been successful, please let me know down in the comments if it has ever happened, because I can't think of one. And before we get into it, would you please hit that like and subscribe and the bell at the bottom to get all of my latest videos and reviews? I'm trying to get to 100 subs, and your help is very much appreciated. Now, let's get into it. Adventures in Dinosaur City is one of those movies that feels like someone looked at a kid watching a Saturday morning cartoon and said, "What if the kids could visit the cartoon?" This is a 1991 family sci-fi adventure directed by Brett Thompson, starring Omri Katz, I hope I said it right, Sean Hoffman, and Tiffany Poston as three kids who get pulled into the world of their favorite dinosaur cartoon. It runs about 88 minutes, and depending on where you found it, it may have carried a different name. In the UK, it was known as Dinosaurs the Movie, while over in France, where it actually got a theatrical release, it was simply called Dinosaurs. This is not a movie trying to be Jurassic Park. This is more like If the Never-Ending Story, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and a rubber suit dinosaur stage show all got thrown in a blender. And somehow, that is exactly the charm. The movie starts with three kids, Timmy, Mick, and Jamie, in Jamie's bedroom reading her own dinosaur story. It is actually Dino, then Soars, not one word, and this is how the movie pronounces it, Dinosaurs. Timmy is the younger kid who is completely obsessed with this cartoon called Dinosaurs, which is basically a heroic adventure show filled with colorful characters, villains, and that kind of early 90s kids logic where everything is taken completely seriously, even when it looks ridiculous. His parents are scientists because, of course, they are. They're experimenting with transporting matter from one place to another in their garage, known as a lab, using an orange. Hold on a moment. Why is it that oranges get used for the first matter transport? First Tron in 1982, and now Adventures in Dinosaur City. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids used an apple for the first item to be shrunk. The Orville used a banana in the quantum time accelerator. What is it with fruit? I know. Questions for another time. Let's get back to it. And the parents have this giant experimental screen in their lab that is designed to open up a portal to another dimension, which is exactly the kind of thing you should definitely leave unsupervised around children who love to watch cartoons on big television screens. The kids decide to watch the show on the big lab screen, and before long, they get pulled through the screen and into the world of the cartoon itself. That is the basic premise of Adventures in Dinosaur City, and honestly, the movie wastes very little time getting there. The first thing that stands out in this movie is that it is profoundly weird. Not weird in an odd or dark way. Weird in that very specific early 90s children's movie way where the sets are huge, the costumes are bulky, the villains are overacting, and everyone is treating the rubber dinosaur people like it's a totally normal Tuesday afternoon. The dinosaurs are not realistic, but they're not supposed to be. And they are full on characters in the story. They talk, they joke, they have names like Rex, Tops, and Foray, and the movie leans into that cartoon logic instead of trying to explain it too much. I think this is where the movie gets its personality. It does not look expensive, but it does look like a lot of effort went into making the world feel physical. There are costumes, puppets, cave people, sets, props, and a whole fantasy adventure tone that makes it feel more handmade than polished. The creature work was designed and created by John Criswell, and that practical creature side is really the heart of the movie's visual identity. Once the kids land in the cartoon world, the movie starts building out its central conflict. They meet Foray, a small flying dinosaur character who cannot fly anymore, which gives him a bit of a sidekick role. He is the type of character who feels designed to be the cute one, but he also acts as their guide in this world. The kids quickly learn that Dinosaur City is not exactly the safe cartoon playground they expected. There are cave people called the Rockies, and they work for the villain Mr. Big, a mysterious character who is taking control over the city. The conflict involves a stolen fuse that is important both to the survival of Dinosaur City and possibly to the kids getting back home. This is the part where the movie shifts from kids fell into a cartoon to kids have to help save the cartoon world. And this is really the engine of the story. I really think this setup had a great collection of movies with the same idea if the protagonist got sucked into the story. There are at least 8 films in the 90s with this setup. Let me know if you know some of these movies by name down in the comments, and if you'd like for me to review them. The fun part about Adventures in Dinosaur City is that it plays with the idea of children stepping directly into the thing they love. This is a fantasy that a lot of kids have at some point, and it's such an innocent love for something that touches everyone because you want to be a part of something so defined in your imagination that you know that it's real. And what if your favorite cartoon was real? What if you could meet those heroes? What if the world on the screen was not just a show, but an actual place? That movie does not overcomplicate the idea. It just runs with it. And it gives it a kind of innocent charm that the logic is silly, but it's kid logic. The danger is real enough for the story, but not so intense that it loses the family adventure tone of a Saturday morning cartoon. Now, you're probably wondering at this point of the video, would I recommend this movie? I would give this movie a solid 7 out of 10. The special effects do have their issues, but let's be honest. Is there an easy way to do human-sized dinosaurs? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles had their issues, but I think that Foray the pterodactyl has some of the best eye and facial expressions compared to any movie for the time with the same budget. Now, compared to the TV show Dinosaurs, that is much better, but they really had Jim Henson behind that, and they are masters of puppetry. If you have liked this review, please let me know down in the comments or suggest something that you may like a modern perspective on. Before leaving, would you please hit that like and subscribe and the bell to get all my latest reviews? I know I've asked before, but I'm really trying to get to that 100 subs, and your help is very much appreciated. Please look at my gaming channel, also over at Nerdivergent 199 Gaming here on YouTube. The link is down in the description. With that said, we'll see you at the next one. Take care.